Hello, my name is referee Slappy McPainbringer. Ha! And I know you're here because you're tired of being a doofalophilus every time you see a football. I'm going to teach you the basics of the game. Now, you can join in on the fun of game day. Excited? I know you are. Now let's get down to business. This is a football. Oh yeah. And this is a kicking tee. We'll get into that later. There are several roles or positions on a football team. There's offense and a defense and special teams. Helmet and shoulder pad are armor for these gladiators. Yes, football is war. Now the objective of this game is simple. It's to get your ball to your end of the field known as your end zone. What's that you say, Freddie Fancy Face? Take a look here. These are your end zones. The team starting here drives this way to that end zone. The other team drives to this end zone. These large metal objects are for field goals. We'll get to those later. Each game consists of 4 15-minute quarters. After the second quarter, you get to go to halftime and see the cheerleaders. Oh yeah. Get your mind in the game, Junior. Each game starts with a coin toss at the 50-yard line, where one team gets to decide whether they want to catch the ball and receive, or if they want to kick the ball and kick off. Remember those teams I told you about earlier? The team with the ball is on offense, and they're driving towards their own end zone. And the team that's trying to stop them is the defensive team. These are the big guys, and they're going to do everything they can to keep the other team from going down into their end zone and scoring. Oh yeah! Mind you, the offense and defense from the same team do not play at the same time. Special teams kick or punt the ball to the other team in an effort to make them start as far away from their end zone as possible. They also kick for the extra points and field goals. We'll discuss this later. The quarterback is the glue that holds the team together. He can throw, or in football lingo, pass the ball to a receiver. If the receiver catches the ball, he's called the receiver. If not, he's called Butterfingers or some other words that we really can't mention right now. An incomplete pass ends the play. But if a control ball is dropped, it's called a fumble. If the offense gains control, it's called a recovery. The offensive line protects the quarterback. They buy time for him to find someone to throw the ball to if he wants to pass it. The offensive line also helps to move the ball to their end of the field. They can achieve their goals in multiple ways. 1, block for the quarterback or the receiver to keep them from getting knocked down. 2, create an opening for the quarterback to run through. The defensive line tries to keep the other team from moving the ball to their end of the field. They can do this by 1, sacking the quarterback, which is knocking him down before he can throw the ball, or 2, intercepting the ball, catching the ball before the opposing player that has it intended for, or 3, tackle any receiver who has the ball. Man, shoot, you're learning about football, and I need to headbutt something. Now, when a team has the ball, we call it possession. They have 4 tries or downs to move the ball 10 yards. Let's call those chances. If they succeed, they get another 4 and another until they reach the end zone. If they do not advance or move 10 yards after the 3rd down, they may choose to kick a field goal. They will only do this if they're close enough to feel that their kicker can make the goal. Many games are won and lost by the kicker. If that team chooses to run or pass and fails, the ball goes over to the other team on downs. On the other hand, if they choose to kick the ball to the other team on the 4th down, they'll get a chance to push their opponents back, putting more field between them and their end zone. For the kick or the punt, the special team takes the field. Wherever they manage to move the ball to after catching it is where they'll start to play from. If a team runs or passes their ball over their end zone, that's a touchdown. And zowie, baby, that's what football's all about. It's up to 6 points, and that's a score. After a touchdown, the team can go for 1 or 2 points. When your kicker's getting ready to kick the ball, raise your hands in the air in anticipation that the try will be good. The kicker can either be the hero or the most hated player because his only job is to kick. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Just like in most sports, unsportsmanlike conduct is discouraged, except in hockey. Players are not supposed to pull each other's face masks or hit one another. They're not supposed to dance too wildly in the end zone or spike the ball to rub it in the touchdown they just scored. They cannot curse or talk back to the referee or say, "Hey ref, you stink." What I say goes, and that's that. Behavioral misconduct can result in penalties against the individual or the whole team. A penalty can cause your team to lose yards or allow the other team additional yards. Penalties are depicted with a yellow flag thrown by an official.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 12 of the kicking team. This penalty will be enforced on the succeeding kickoff.
When a player has the ball, he has to stay within the lines. That's right, Jimmy. In football, the lines are your friends. If he steps out, that's the end of the play. And the next play starts on the yard line where he stepped out. Well, what do you know, Bo? Think you just learned something about football. And if not, you need to rewind that thing and listen to it this time. But you could always listen to the cheerleaders. They got your back.
Not again, Francis. The rest been looking for that uniform all day.
How many times we have to tell you? Whenever the game is on, all the cheerleaders need to be on the field. That includes you.
You threw it for our game, Francis.
Now, you're gonna pay.
Football is war. But a controlled ball that's dropped is called a fumble. It's recovered by the team that has the recovered. What's that you say?